Hey, this is Jerry Walker with Walker Welding. I'm back at you again. Uh, in this video, I will be demonstrating some more of the welding techniques on some vertical welding. And again, we're using the Lincoln 180. It's a great machine. We use it a lot here at home / shop area. And this particular machine, like I said in our previous video, it tells you on these machines, it gives you a demonstration on the inside of your door right here as far as your different gauges of metal that you're welding, what your heat needs to be on. And like I said, I'm on a 14 gauge again here. And like I said, on that 14 gauge, it tells you to put your voltage on C and your wire feed on about 4. And I run just a little bit hotter from having years of experience with welding. We always weld hot a lot. So mine, I usually run mine on about the D, and then just below the 4. So that, like I said, with that being said, letting you know, I'm going to be doing some vertical welding here to give you a demonstration on that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be welding it with a constant feed on one side. Then I'll show you a pulse welding on the other side. Like I demonstrated before in the pulse welding, you look at our other video, it gets more in depth on the pulse welding, what the benefit of pulse welding is. And both will give you the same desired strength in the metal, the weld itself. On welding, what you're doing on welding, you're taking the molecules out of one metal, the molecules out of another metal. You interlock them. If you're adding a third metal with a filler wire, whether it be a MIG wire, TIG wire, stick rod, you're adding that third metal, and then you're intertwining all three of those because you took the molecules out of all those metals. You're sending them all into a frenzy, and then as they're cooling, they're interlocking. That's why the weld joint itself is supposed to be stronger than this metal or this metal. That weld seam is supposed to be the strongest of all. And that way, if it's done right, it comes out great. Super strong. And now I'm gonna get into what we're doing. And like I said in the previous video, we use these adjusto magnet. We use them to square the metal up where it's feasible to use that, and you can use them to fit up the metal. It's got an on and off switch here for your magnet, and like I said, you can get these just in the smaller size. You get the bigger ones. We had the bigger ones also, but you can get them at your local welding supply. Some of the hardware stores, stuff like that, carry them also. We get ours from our local welding supply. We deal with Alamo Welding. They're down on Chicon Street in Austin, Texas. Great welding supply to deal with. If you're local to this area, I highly recommend you go by there, deal with them. They're great guys. They've been around for a long time. We've always been very well pleased with everything we've got from them. They stand behind their product, everything they sell. Now, with that being said, I'm going to get into this welding and give you a demonstration on the technique of running a vertical weld. And you're going to be running it with a constant feed on one side. And then we'll go to the other side and we'll do the pulse feed. Okay. Okay, that gives you an idea of running it as far as running on a constant feed. And what's great about that is if you're using a thicker metal and you can keep that constant heat there, like this 14 gauge, it handles the heat pretty well. And you can do a constant weld like that. It makes a great weld, super strong. You can't beat it. Now, if it was in a thinner metal, like I said before in the other video, if it was a 16, 18 gauge, you're gonna want to use the pulse weld more. And the benefit of using that pulse weld, once you do that pulse weld in there like that, once you get the first bead, your first stringer bead run in there, you can come back and do another one to give it even more strength. Your first one though, I'm gonna show you on the first one. I'll set it up over here. We'll do the first one, and that gives you an idea on this, what you're doing on the, running this on a pulse weld. Like I said, it's great if you're doing it, I mean, you can do it on thicker metal, but the thinner metals, it's really, really great for that. Okay, that gives you an idea on the pulse welding. You're still making a strong weld. It's still, it's very adequate for that. If it had been on a thinner gauge metal, you would see it trying to burn out more, like on a thinner gauge metal. As you're coming to right here on each point like that, you're gonna see it trying to burn out more in these areas. That's why that pulse weld itself works great for that, because you're still making great tie-ins here and here. You're tying into both metals great. You're leaving enough of metal there for strength. And like I said, if you need to on your pulse welding, if you need to add a second pass, you can. It's advisable to let it cool a little bit, because even at pulse welding, you're still gonna put some heat there because you're burning in on each time you're hitting the trigger, you're burning in. So let it cool just a little bit, and then go back and run you another pass on it. And like I said in the previous video that we've done, knowledge is power. It's always great to have the knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more power you have. And I hope each one of these videos helps you in some kind of way. If you have other things you want to see in the videos, suggestions, please feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe. Give us some feedback on it if you need to. And if you have, like I said, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. That's what we're here for, hoping to help someone to learn, to achieve something, out of these videos, where if you want to build something at home, like I said in previous videos, if you needed to do like a handrail, around a balcony, a deck, around your pool area, you need to repair a gate, you need to build a gate, you need to do a repair on a trailer you've got, you want to build a trailer. Once you get more into these videos, you learn more and more, and I'm hoping to teach you some on the fitting, stuff like that, of structural fitting, and once you obtain a lot of this knowledge from this, you can take on these projects and have confidence in it. You'll be able to build that fence, build that gate, repair that gate, build you a trailer, different things. You come up with all kinds of ideas and stuff to build. And thank you for coming today and listening, watching our video. Always we appreciate all the likes, subscribes. And this is Jerry Walker, Texas Welder, coming at you. Thank you.